Welcome, Mr. Balamurli. We are President HR at Sansara Group, and we are here at a national seminar for education and employment opportunities in UK and India. Being an HR leader from a global group, we wanted you to share your views on the existing migration of the workforce across the countries.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen. It's my pleasure to be here with you and in this esteemed platform. The migration of labor is going to be the happening thing in the next decade. As you know, the global boundaries are disappearing. You have someone sitting in India working for a company in US or UK or Africa. And what is going to happen tomorrow is basically the economic needs are going to define and direct the migration of workforce. So today you have a boom in China where you need people are going to go there, and then tomorrow it can happen in South America. So the workforce has to be ready and mobile to go across different continents and countries. And more we are moving towards a global platform. The IT systems, the ERP systems, the processes and procedures, these are all standardized. So what happens is an employee who is working in India today is able to work in China tomorrow, ready to work in Africa day after tomorrow. So the global platforms, the global ERP systems, the standardization is happening very fast. So what is required is for an employee to be in a position to work in different countries. So in terms of his communication skills, skill sets that are required, he has to be updated and upgraded. And most important, there has to be a sense in him, a willingness in him to move across countries and continents. That is what is going to be fueling the growth in the future.
Mr. Balamurli, since you talked about the migration of the people across the globe, and most of the enterprises are getting global, whether they are of small size or a big size. It also, it's a time which is asking for, creating some kind of a global workforce. So where do you see, that some kind of a makeover which is required at our training setups or at our educational setup, which can actually facilitate the job of the business as well?
The training institutes or the educational institutes have to blend knowledge and skill sets. Okay, academics are definitely important. That gives you an entry in selecting the right students. But once they are in, the theoretical knowledge alone cannot take them to the next level. So skill sets are very important. How practically they can apply, they can imbibe those learnings and put them in the job. As we go into a global platform, communication is most important. In India, we are seeing more and more students from the rural belts or states, which are still not developed. You have students from Jharkhand, you have students from Kerala, from Jammu and Kashmir, coming with different educational backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, vernacular backgrounds. So what happens is at a global platform, they need to upgrade themselves. A student who is in Mumbai has definitely a better international exposure than a student in Patna or Jaipur. So this is where the education institutes have to intervene and basically customize their courses so that the exposure levels, the communication skills of the students are at par. Otherwise they are at a disadvantage. So they may be academically brilliant, but because of lacking in these qualities, they may not be able to go to the next level. Secondly, standardization of these curriculum is very important. We often see, especially with the private institutions, is you've got a same course happening in 10 different institutes. You have a logistics course, but then what happens is the curriculum is different. The syllabus is different. So when as an employer we go and we want to pick up students, it's very difficult to understand and ascertain what is to be expected from the students. Because if I take the example of logistics, it's a vast industry. There is air, road, rail, land, there is supply chain. There are so many aspects, and different institutes are concentrating on different aspects. So the industry and the education institutions have to get together, come out at an understanding, at least at a broad spectrum, draw out a common syllabus. Then what happens is all the students are at the same platform. Also at a global level, they are at a better wicket to go and play in different countries.
How do you find that your own group has invested in terms of training of your employees or training of the people who are joining your group?
At Samsara Group, we are a part of Sharaf Group, which is a Dubai-based group. We are present in more than 20 countries.
Yeah.
employing over 12,000 people globally. So at different levels, we have got educational interventions at a level of picking up students from premier institutes, also picking up students as a part of CSR initiative. So our group has invested a lot in corporate social responsibility activities right from the school level. You know, we have gone up to the Anganwadis, where we have got facilities in villages, the project affected people, where we have built up schools, because we believe education is most important. You know, you educate a person for life, his life is made. So we start right from the nursery level. We have built up Anganwadis. We give scholarship to students. We have also tied up with different institutes across the country, where we pick up students specifically from shipping and logistics background. What we also do is we give them a very intensive on-the-job training. Sometimes this happens also before they come, they pass out. So by the time they pass out, the academics and the practical training is, you know, it's going at the same track. So they are a ready product for the company when they are out.
I think this is a fantastic, precedence that you're creating within the logistics sector, and we are thankful for your contribution at this seminar.
My pleasure to be here. Thank you.